Alright, good morning. Randy Castaldi coming back at you. Now listen, I'm not going to be doing these from the car as much anymore, just out of respect to some folks that have been in accidents, including myself. But I always make sure you're in a safe spot. I do, but I realize not everybody knows that. So, moving on. Hump day today, right? Listen to me. Stop kidding yourself. We talked about training. I did a little bit yesterday on the phone. Hey, I only got 150 views, so some of y'all got offended, right? You didn't like the real numbers. We really don't follow up everybody, and if we did, we'd sell a lot more cars. And I promise you, going into today, if you just hear what I'm saying, not everybody's followed up in the fashion that you think, and not in a timely fashion. And it's not the deals that we lose that you know about that hurt you the most. It's the deals you never know about. I promise you that. But moving on, today, do me a favor. Stop kidding yourself with numbers, gang. Stop thinking you're a 40% closer. If you were a 40% closer, you'd be in the Hall of Fame, and they'd never make you a manager. I sat with a guy yesterday, and I'm sorry, I wasn't even going to do this morning, but I just had to check with all y'all and see what you think. You know, Scott Snyderman, Bill Kopp, Gary Weil, all the great car guys out there that I know. I sat with a guy, he sold 13 cars last month, and I went to do a one-on-one, and I said, go ahead and get your book out. You know the one that we pay for the guys, instead of them having to pay for it like the old days. And he pulled his book out, and what do you figure? Was anything filled out? Heck no. And what's the date today? The 8th? So it was the 7th of the month. He hadn't set a financial goal. I'm talking about his goals, not our goals, gang. Your own goals. Set a goal. How much money you want to make? Hey, what's my closing ratio? How many customers am I going to have to take? It's just a crazy idea. It's called, if it moves, track it, right? So if you go up every month, beat your chest, say you want to sell 20 cars, don't you think you should have a plan? Nutty idea. But this guy didn't have anything written down. His book was blank. It was the 7th of the month. He's in a store that sells 350 cars a month. He sold 13 last month. And he told me he was a 40% closer. So my next question to him was, so you're saying you took off 3 weeks? And he didn't have an answer. And I said, well, here's what I mean. So either you're afraid or you're lazy. One of the two. Because if you're a 40% closer, I don't know, that means you took about 30 people and closed half. And you sold 13 cars. So what happened to the rest of the month? He said, well, I took more customers than that. I said, exactly. So you're not a 40% closer. So why don't we go ahead in the dealer socket and figure it out? Well, he had taken 65 customers and sold 13. Well, that makes sense because we close at about, 18, 20%. He said, no, I always close better than that. I said, why don't you do yourself a favor and write your customers down in your book, and don't forget the guy in the little red hat out on the lot that you talk to and all the customers in service. That way you'll know your real closing ratio. I'm sorry, this is something that I'm a soapbox guy about, but I think most GMs are, and most upper-level managers. Because if you understand the numbers, you just won't quit. But here's the thing. If you're fooling yourself into thinking you're a 40% closer, the Michael Jordan of car sales, don't you think you ought to at least tell everybody how you do what you do? Just asking. So, after we got done setting up his book, which took a whole 9 minutes and 50 seconds, he said, hey, maybe I'm going to try tracking this stuff, like his income and how many customers he takes, because he only had 12 customers so far this month, and it was the 7th. That's a managerial problem, by the way. If there's 4 or 5 managers in a store, why don't you do me a favor and somebody else help out so one guy doesn't have to do all the one-on-ones? Just a thought. Y'all have to be on the same page if you're going to win. Please, please, please don't fool yourself with the numbers. Know what your closing ratio is, set a goal, and then go ahead and attack it. But my God, if you're a 40% closer, do me a favor. I'll give you my address. You can come move in, and I'll have you do some training at my store. All right? God bless. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.